What is up, girlfriends and shit? Um, Today, title, you read it. I kind of want to talk about the whole Coyote Lovely thing that's been going on around like furry YouTube, I guess. Um, it involves Hypnotist Sappho and all that stuff, so it's still kind of relevant to channel and stuff like that. I would say it's very relevant because it plays into two of my previous videos. It plays into the Sappho video, and it plays into the video I made on Chaotic Monkey, whatever the fuck you want to call him. And I just want to say that I told you so. Don't trust creators. Don't trust these people just because they seem like they have goodwill. Because in the end, you're just gonna set yourself up for disappointment. I'll give the breakdown for people who don't know, who don't understand what I'm talking about. There's this guy on YouTube named Coyote Lovely. My nose is fucking itchy like fuck. Holy shit. He's a furry, and the whole gimmick behind his channel is that he outs zoophiles and pedophiles in the furry community. So naturally you're talking about very heavy subjects and stuff like that, and you're doing, I would argue, pretty important stuff. However, it's become apparent based on the way he's been acting and reacting to him being outed. We'll get to the outing. But the way he was reacting to all this kind of stuff shows like it was all a fucking game. None of it was actually serious whatsoever. Literally none of it. Literally none of it. This dude's heart was not in the right place. It was all a fucking game to him. He never gave a fuck about the victims. He never gave a fuck about the situations. It was all just a game. You would think for someone who has a channel that is entirely based in, outing zoophiles and pedophiles, that the very last thing you would do is associate with them. Lo and behold, wow, shocker, he got caught busted hanging out with these people, and not just hanging out, being pretty fucking friendly to these fucking people, interacting with them and sending them zoo sadists, because apparently zoophiles just really hate zoo sadists because they make them look bad, as if being a zoophile isn't bad enough. So zoophiles like to attack zoo sadists, so he would find zoo sadists and send it to the zoophiles he was buddy with. And it seemed like a really cordial relationship. And for a guy guys whose channel is based on attacking and outing these people, why are you being friendly with them, right? And it's not just him, it's also his boyfriend too. I don't know too much about that, but apparently his boyfriend's a little bit more closely associated with those people. Again, I don't know for sure. His boyfriend was kind of like in and out of this whole fucking drama, just dipping in and out with like these little nuggets of information about him, but whatever. The biggest stab to the fucking face hole with this whole thing is this fucking dude. I feel like his biggest claim to fame was being the guy to do an interview on Sappho when the whole fucking thing was starting. He did this whole little interview thing, and it made Sappho look pretty damning. It didn't help her case whatsoever. She looked exactly like the way that she is. She's a manipulative, spiteful fucking cunt, and that she oftentimes uses this whole uwu shit to try and coax people into like a sexual confrontation, so she could use that to pivot and manipulate people into doing her fucking bidding. And after that, you would think, after that whole interview and the whole video thing, that he would have no fucking reason to talk to Sappho. He was still talking to Sappho. He was talking to Sappho for years, from what it sounds like. And what kind of conversations did they have? It was sexual in nature. Let's put it that way. That's how it's been put. There apparently have been art commissions of their characters doing God fucking knows what. I don't know, and honestly, quite frankly, I don't need to know. It can't be good. It can't be good. It literally can't be good. Yeah. But the fact that this dude got so fucking close with Sappho and so intimate in that sort of way, you would think, why? His reasoning is that I was doing an undercover op and I was trying to gather more damning information on Sappho for people. What information did he gather in those many months that he was doing this shit for? Literally nothing, because according to some Kiwi Farms logs and stuff like that, or whatever, you know, information that got outed and stuff like that, it's literally just a bunch of flirting and role playing or whatever, and this whole like obsessed with this mommy shit. I'm not gonna go as far as to call him a zoophile. I'm talking about Coyote, but there's definitely some dark shit in his head that is being hidden currently right now. And no one seems to want to confront him with this kind of information, right? With this, like, you've been so fucking close, you've been exposed for being so close and cozy with a lot of these fucking people. Your boyfriend's close and cozy with a lot of these fucking people. It's starting to sound a lot like fucking Caro all over again. I don't know why anybody who has a close interaction with this guy hasn't confronted him with this sort of shit. Like, everyone, I'm watching a bunch of these videos of people who used to be friends with him and making their whole statements and stuff like that, and it's like no one has ever once made that forward statement, or that made that pressure to be like, what the fuck else are you hiding from us, right? Obviously, he's probably not going to show it, but it's worth asking that fucking question, because the motherfucker is obviously hiding shit. He's obviously hiding shit, right? We can't just assume that the stuff that got outed is that's all there is to it. No, there's obviously fucking more to this shit. Like, and it just really shows that this dude's whole thing, this whole gimmick of his channel, was just a cover for his fucking degeneracy, right? That him going and attacking people like Sappho and Z Carlo, which is like another fucking weirdo, him attacking those people was just all for cover. It was all for cover for his sick fucking weird fantasies, right? Like, there's clearly something bigger going on in his fucking head that makes him think that it's fun to engage with people like that. Because at the end of the fucking day, this dude doesn't care. Every single live stream I've seen him interacting with people, his ex-friends and people who have it out for him and stuff like that, he's very snarky, he's very fucking rude, he's very careless, he's very callous, and he's walking forward statements and then walking them back, and then says, I never said that. But then when someone says, yes you did, here's an exact quote, he's very quiet about it. Like, this dude is just all over the fucking place, and he says at the end of it all, he's like, I'm sorry, please forgive me, right? At the end of the day, he's doing that kind of shit, and then it's so insanely fucking insulting that this is the reaction that you're giving. This is the reaction you're giving to people who you fucking hurt, is, I'm sorry. What are you sorry for? What are you sorry for? You're giving these people fucking attitude in these fucking live streams and shit like that. He literally ended off like the live stream with one of his closest friends being like, so when am I gonna be banned from the server? Like, that's like, are you that's what's on your fucking mind? No, actually, no. Oh my god, something else. He brought up like, so is it true that you're investigating me? And his friend said, no, that's, and kind of brushed that statement off. And it was like towards the end of the live stream that he did. But why didn't he focus on that? Why didn't the friend focus? That seems like something really important to focus. Like, why do you care? Why do you care if I was investigating you, huh? Why do you care about that? It's super interesting that that's what's on his mind. That was an unprovoked statement. That was an unprovoked statement. No one brought it up. No one brought up anything about investigating him. But he is so alarmed and alerted that he feels the need to bring it up when no one else did, about, hey, are you investigating me? And then he ends it, and then he ends the fucking live stream. It's like, so when am I gonna be banned? So let's just skip to the point. When am I gonna be, like, dude? I cannot wait for the day till we fucking catch you, Coyote. I cannot fucking wait till the day we catch you. Holy fucking shit. Oh my god. He probably thinks that, thank God they only found about that stuff. That's probably what he's thinking right now. Thank God they only know about that. I'm just gonna take my licks, take my lashes, and then leave. And then hope to God no one finds out about the other shit. I guarantee fucking to you that's what he's fucking thinking right now. God fuck. It was also kind of alarming too. Or not alarming, but just like a point that was made by his friend. I think their name is Leo Convoy. I think that's what their channel is. I'll put it up right here, but their whole thing or one of the points that they made during the live stream when they were confronting Coyote is like, sometimes I think a lot of you furries who are jumping into this trying to attack zoophiles are just overcompensating for your own degeneracy, like, and you're trying to, and you're like hiding shit. And I can't blame you. I can't blame you for coming away from that, because it does seem like, I mean, the only people I can really think of is Coyote and maybe some other people that I'm not too sure of, that I can't really recall right now. But I mean, or yeah, Z Carlo, they ran a Twitter account called Zoophiles Taking L's or whatever. Meanwhile, in the background, they were like a pretty fucking, I think they were a pedophile or something. They were like talking to kids or something. I don't know. I watched a video about that shit like fucking a year ago or some shit, like maybe like 4 or 5 months ago. But yeah, I just watched the fucking Lanza video on it. But yeah, like maybe those people got outed, but honestly, I can't blame Leo Convoy for thinking that, for thinking that, you know, this fandom is so full of just fucking bad people. It's like, it's just, I don't know, because maybe like the good furry content creators are just like, they keep to their own, and you don't really notice them too much. But man, oh man, oh man, it's just like, it's so shit we have people like that fucking dude representing the fandom. Like the dude who's going after zoophiles, meanwhile in the background he's fucking flirting with them and calling them mommy and shit. Like, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck? Like, it literally, none of this shit ever mattered. It was all a fucking game. It was all a ploy to fucking mask his own fucking degeneracy. Like, it's just... And even in the end of everything, there's no fucking regret. There's no sorrow. There's none of that shit. He sounds more fucking annoyed that he's being confronted than anything. It's just this... What really pains me the most is like, people trusted him. Victims trusted him. They trusted him, right? He had direct contact with 2 victims, and he made promises to them and never followed up on any of them. Left them in the fucking dust. And then when his shit was being outed, he ran to one of the victims and said, "Hey, oh, I fucked up big time. You're going to hear a lot of stuff about me. Trust me, it's not true." Fucking pig. You fucking pig, dude. Holy shit. It's like your reputation matters more than the fucking truth. What a fucking scumbag. But if there's any takeaway from this situation, it's that when I said don't fucking trust creators, don't trust your favorite content creators, even if they're a fucking pedo hunter, I fucking mean it. Don't fucking trust them. Don't fucking trust any of them, dude. It's so hard to know who is genuine, who isn't, right? It's so hard to know these things because you don't know how these people act in private, right? I don't expect people to, like, you know, I don't expect people to vet all the creators that they watch, but just be mindful and be self-aware that you don't know the people that you're friends with online or that you're associating with online. It's really hard to get to know these people. It's not impossible, but it's just when you're talking about content creators and stuff like that, it's hard to know that real person, right? Like, you shouldn't even be assuming that what you're watching is like the true real me, right? I tend to talk and be like this around other people and stuff like that, don't get me wrong, but when I'm on the internet, I'm more inclined to be like this, but in real life, there's a time and a place to act like this, to be vulgar and talk about vile topics and stuff like that. Like, obviously there's a time and place. I'm a bit more muted on, especially in that area when it comes to like real life. But don't even assume that what I just told you is fucking true. Don't fucking assume anything about me, right? Like, honestly, like it sucks that we have to do that. I wish we could just have this calm, peaceful, parasocial relationship, but it's just not possible. I'm trying to think where else to go with this. In the end, Coyote Lovely is a fucking traitor. This dude is the exact kind of fucking degenerate he attacks people for being on his channel. If the actions he did was done by another person, he would be reporting it on his fucking channel, guaranteed. He should not be fucking trusted, and quite frankly, he should be chased out of the fucking fandom, the entire fandom, right? Quite fucking frankly, he has no fucking purpose or belonging in the furry fandom, none whatsoever. Dude is clearly fucking hiding something. That's all I could really say. It's fucking why?